financial statements are presented fairly in all material respects. These are very good news as this is the best possible news you can receive. So congratulations on that. For the scope of services, we have performed the following services for Carrizozo. The annual audit, which is the annual financial statement audit for the year ended June 30, 2025. And the non-attest services we provided were assisted management with preparation of depreciation schedules, and we assisted management with drafting the financial statements for the year ended June 30, 2025. Then we have the matters to be communicated to the governing body. Our responsibility with regard to the financial statement audit under U.S. auditing standard are we are responsible for forming and expressing an opinion about whether the financial statements that have been prepared by management with your oversight are prepared in all material respects in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States of America. Our audit of the financial statements doesn't relieve you or management of your responsibilities. We also adopted our audit in accordance with auditing standards generally accepted in the United States of America. And as part of the audit conducted, we exercised professional judgment and maintained professional skepticism throughout the audit. Also, our audit of the financial statements included obtaining an understanding of internal control relevant to the audit in order to design audit procedures that are appropriate in the circumstances, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of the entity's internal control or to identify deficiencies in the design or operation of internal control. And finally, we are responsible for communicating significant matters related to the financial statement audit that are, in our professional judgment, relevant to your responsibilities in overseeing the financial reporting process. However, we are not required to design procedures for the purpose of identifying other matters to communicate to you. So, the current standards in 2025, we reported the GASB 101, which is effective for fiscal year ending 2025, and it's related to compensated absences. For these, under this standard, a liability for compensated absences should be recognized when the leave is earned rather than when it is paid or it becomes due. So we basically had to reduce your net position on July 1st, 2024, but it didn't have an impact on current year's net position. Then we have the GASB 102, which is certain risk disclosures, but this had no significant impact on the financial statements. The future standards, here we have the GASB 103, financial reporting model improvements, and GASB statement number 104, the governmental accounting standard series. For this year, you don't see these standards, but you're gonna see them next year in 2026. And also the uniform guidances, single audit threshold, that is increasing from $750,000 to $1 million for audits with periods beginning on or after October 1st, 2024. This means that only entities that spend $1 million or more of federal funds in their fiscal year will be subject to a single audit. For the significant unusual transactions, there were no significant unusual transactions identified during the audit. And then for the significant difficulties encountered during the audit, Also, we didn't have any significant difficulties. And I would like to add that all the school personnel were very supportive and attentive, like always. So we really appreciate it, and thank you so much for that. And also for the disagreements with management, we didn't find any. And for the findings, there were no current audit findings. So you haven't had any findings in the recent years. That means that all of you, like the work you do is very good. So congratulations on that. And then we have the financial statement balances. First, the assets and deferred outflows. For the total assets, we recorded 12,761,939, and the deferred outflows of $1,080,112. The asset breakdown is this. So as you can see, the property and equipment represent a big percentage of your assets. So everything looks normal. And for the total liabilities and deferred inflows, the total liabilities are $7,366,000, and your deferred inflows are $842,000. And the liabilities look pretty normal as well, since the big numbers are related to that, such as compensated absences, bonds payable, net pension liability, and net OPEB liability. So you can see this here in this graph. The majority of your liabilities are related to net pension liability. And then we have the statement of net position of $5,600,000. And then this will be the recurrent ratio. The current ratio is the current assets, divided by the current liabilities. Your current ratio is of 8.12, so it's very good, very normal. And then we have the revenues and expenses. For the revenues, it's 5 million, and for the expenses is 8 million. I could say that the difference between revenues and expenses is normal, considering that besides the expenses from your normal activities, you also have pension expenses, depreciation, and debt expenses. So this caused this increase between expenses and revenues. And here you can see that most of the expenses are related to direct instructional support, and operating and maintenance. Finally, the single audit report. No single audit was required for this year because Carrizozo Municipal Schools did not spend $750,000 or more of federal funds in this year, in the year ended June 30, 2025. So that will be all. I don't know if you have any questions.
No, I don't have any questions.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you so much. And again, thank you for everything, for all your help. And I'll see you soon.
Well, good job, staff. Okay, so action item. Discussion, is this the same thing or
Yes.
it's under presentation still?
Yes.
Okay, discussion and approval of the 24-25 audit as presented by Beasley Mitchell and Company. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the 24-25 audit as presented by Beasley Mitchell and Company. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, motion carries. On to action items. Discussion and consideration of an approval of a resolution authorizing and approving submission of completed application for financial assistance in projects approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority. Can we
Before
talk
you
about
make the
that?
motion, we've got Carissa Stone with us from, and I may have y'all backwards, who's from where? I think you're from Cuddy, right? No. You're from RBC, correct? RBC, yes. If you have any questions for this is to sell our bonds that go to NMFA.
Is this what we
It's
talked
like-
about the last
Yes,
meeting?
when Kaylee was here and did the presentation and the
Mhm.
bond 101 training. So this is the approvals that come afterwards. So there's this one and one more. So
Okay, do we need her to explain to us? Do you guys have
does she
questions?
have any questions?
Do you have any questions? It's about what you went over last meeting. Okay, this is a roll call vote. So Mr. Barella,
We need a motion first.
we need a motion first. Oh, I need a motion first.
I move to approve the resolution authorizing and approving submission of a completed application for financial assistance and project approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, this is a roll call vote. Mr. Barella,
Yes, sir.
Ms. Zamora,
Yes.
Mr. Cerna,
Yes.
and I also vote in the affirmative. Okay. Next one is also a roll call vote. Okay, discussion and consideration of an approval of resolution authorizing sale of school bonds, establishing procedure for the sale and delivery of the bonds, authorizing and approving submission of a completed application for financial assistance and project approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority, and authorizing other matters related to the issuance of the bonds. Do you have any questions about this? Anybody? Okay, so I do need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Is there any discussion? Okay, this is also a roll call vote. Mr. Barella,
Yes.
Ms. Zamora,
Yes.
Mr. Cerna,
Yes.
and I also vote in the affirmative. Motion carries.
Yes, is there anything else we need to do on these except sign and get them returned to you?
No, that should do it.
Okay. You're welcome to stay on if you want to as we do the rest of our board meeting, or otherwise, thank y'all for being here and thank you for your help getting it ready.
Thank you. We appreciate working with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sure,
Have a good night. Have a good rest of your meeting.
All right.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
What did he say?
Instead of repeating back what I read, he just said, I so moved.
Which is
So everybody's off, right?
Okay, we're moving on to reports, starting with the PAC report.
okay. Got my notes. We had our last PAC meeting, February. Sorry, guys. 9th. The PAC is fully focused on Career Day at this time. We have 18 fully confirmed vendors and 14 who we have made contact, and they have verbally agreed but do not have their vendor forms back. We're expecting 63 students total. It'll be all of Carrizozo High School, then 11th and 12th graders from Corona and Hondo. We'll do this event on March 19th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and we will provide lunch for them, for everybody.
Nice.
And we're working on sponsorships for that.
Sounds good. Any questions? Okay, principal report.
Principal's report, Ms. Corella is serving as admin at Hondo today, so I've given hers, and I don't think anything's changed from when I put it in the packet, but we'll go real quick. Total enrollment's 140 students, with 131 of those being K through 12. February 2nd through 7th, we had Blossom and Blow Week. Student Council had a culminating in a dance. February 5th, Be Pro, Be Proud was here for our 8th through 12th graders. Mr. Hauer and Miss Kathy Burrow worked hard on getting that here. I think it was an outstanding opportunity for our kids. And if the PAC and I are able to get our date for next year scheduled soon enough, they're going to bring it to our career day next year.
Oh,
So we'll
wow. I
actually be
saw
here during our
the,
career day.
let me,
February 6th and 7th, we had parent-teacher conferences. We had 20 parents at the high school, 42 at the elementary. We had ball games that night. We probably could have counted some of the parents who were at the ball games that didn't actually go by and see parents, but had a good crowd at the game. PAC meeting we've already talked about. February 11th, we had the high school quiz bowl. Took 4 students. We took five students to the freshman day at ENMU. This Saturday is our big FFA CDE event. I know Mr. Howard's been working on it hard. Then we'll do FFA week the next week. And then February 25th will be our early release on the calendar. It says it's tomorrow, but we put out notices to parents a couple weeks ago that it was going to be on the 25th. And that was for the purpose of getting all of our teachers to the math adoption that Region 9 is hosting. So this way we can get all of our teachers to teach math up to that. So, any questions on principal's report?
okay, superintendent report?
Okay, y'all had it, so I'm gonna summarize it, and if there's anything you want me to cover more. Construction, the main thing I want to cover right now is we're dealing with some track issues. The first lane had some waves in it that didn't meet my standards. After they came back and checked it, there was actually a whole lot of standards that didn't meet Bradbury standards. So they're currently digging up those portions of the track, redoing the asphalt, and patching it for now to have it ready for us to start track practice in 2 weeks. The conversation we're having right now is in May, are they going to come back and completely redo all of lane 1, completely redo the whole track, extend our warranty? There's some things that's in negotiations right now that's still going on that aspect. But they did not, for whatever reason, do a very good job of repairing the asphalt before they put the track down. So on lane 1, it's got waves in certain places. The guy that's doing the track right now appreciated his honesty and his hard work, and he pointed out some things, and that's why there's more discussion that's going to happen. Unfortunately, that discussion's tomorrow. It's when we have our construction meeting. But the track is the main thing right now that's not headed the direction we want, but I think it's going to be resolved because Bradbury and Decker were on it. They were out there with lasers, levelers to get it down to within like 1/8 of an inch and I think 1/4 of an inch meets guidelines. So if it's within 1/8 of an inch, we're doing pretty good. So track may not be pretty for our kids, but our kids will be able to practice on it this year, and then they may be redoing some things in May on it to get it done correctly.
So there won't be it won't be good enough for a track meet?
Well, we don't have shot discus place right now anyway. That's a conversation that we're trying to figure out where we're going to relocate.
Oh,
we can still probably do shot and discus over where the construction laydown yard which is where it used to be. Mm-hmm. But right now the construction laydown yard's there anyway. So we
can't do it.
LeMay and I have been talking about for those practices. We may suburban them over to either the field that they made for a baseball field or over to the golf course to get those practices in. We're working on a couple options there, but it'll be ready for our runners, pole vaulters, long jumpers, and high jumpers. And they as late as 1 o'clock today told me it would be ready when we start practice March 1st. So riding herd on that one pretty hard right now. Everything else is still moving the same direction. Yes, sir.
But they are going to redo the whole track, right?
So
after
the conversation is the way, and of course I have not been back out there on the track today while they were digging up some more patches. Most of the patches are on the first lane. So if Worst case scenario, they redo lane 1 and you won't see the seam between lane 1 and 2 because the line's painted around there anyway where the seam will be. That would be the minimal. The maximum is, the whole track.
I mean,
With time, that's,
that's gonna decay.
we're gonna have blowouts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's that line.
right. It's that's what I'm saying. The discussion is still ongoing. It was brought to our attention after the construction meeting last week, so it didn't get discussed last week. I know Bradbury is on it and working with our subcontractors because it's their subcontractors that did it. And so, so far, anytime we've had any kind of issue, Bradbury's come with a very good resolution. When it's been, especially when it's on the subcontractor's error, not anybody else's. So,
So if,
there will be more information coming on that. Hopefully, even after tomorrow, I'll have some more information on that. So,
I don't understand how this works, so maybe so enlighten me, but money talks, so can we hold back money to pay them until that's fixed?
well, Bradbury can.
Okay.
So, yes. So, those are all things that are
Okay.
part of discussions right now that will, it's early stages, but I'm assured it will be done right by the time it's done. So, and I will stay on top of it the next couple of weeks while those things are being figured out. Anything else on construction? Everything else is still kind of on track.
Got furniture in the CTE building?
CTE building, all the furniture got delivered last Thursday. Its first official use will be this Saturday for CTE. Then we'll get in there and clean it good, and hopefully we can get Ms. Baelos to start moving stuff over there, putting it to use, and getting it to work. So, any of the other things you want me to cover on that first page?
We only have one position open.
Yeah, the middle school, a teaching position, and kind of with one of the House bills that's going that looks like it's going to pass, but it hadn't yet. There is a chance that we could lose $37 per unit value. They talked about it up at where at Santa Fe. It has been reworked where the money wouldn't be lost, but until they get that figured out, I've kind of not been in a hurry to hire that position in case we lose the $37 per unit value, because that's an estimated teacher position at a school our size is about what it's estimated to be. And we haven't had a ton of applicants for it.
You don't have people knocking our doors down.
And so, but that bill, the way it's reworded, actually schools should be held harmless on it, so we shouldn't lose any. In fact, they even said the unit value could go up instead of down. So they were still working on it. It was sitting in a committee yesterday. I thought it was going to be on the House floor today, but they had not gotten to it before the board meeting when I was listening to it. So
County manager meeting?
I met with the county manager on January 26th. He came and met with me. John happened to be here, so he met with John and I that day, and it was a pretty decent meeting. He wanted to ask questions about the school and talked about some possibilities for the county to get some money for CTE programs, and wanted to get organized. He asked me what was our probably thing that we could use, and I said, when there's community disasters and they're going to use our school, we just need a little bit better communication. We find out we're a place, and then very rarely do we ever see or hear from anybody again. And say in their defense, they're dealing with wherever the tragedy is. They're up to their neck in it, but sometimes we were in the dark. And I said, that's also not all bad, because our community steps up phenomenally and does things that maybe not having too much oversight's good when it comes to that, because our community, every time we've had to open something up, they've shown up in forces. But there's some times that we manned it that we probably didn't need to man it, but hadn't really been communicated with, and none of our staff wanted to risk somebody not having a place to go. And so we talked about that a little bit, and then you know, and then of course, always talk about roads and asked him if there's any way we can get the county to kind of help the city with some of our roads when the snow and ice hits. And it happened to be one of those days that the roads were still icy. And, but really, it was just a good introductory meeting. Not anything over the top, just kind of get to know and meet. And he's a big ex-FFA guy where he comes from and wants to help our schools who are doing FFA as much as he can. And so I invited him to the 21st. I said, if you haven't ever seen anything, come walk around. I mean, so, but I said, if you walk around, you may get put to work.
Yep.
So, but, so,
And you work for him. Have you met him? You're like, where's my meeting?
So, and then the last two things, I think Ms. Burrell and I finally got a system together where it'd be easy to track discipline referrals for y'all, so you kind of get an idea of where things are. You can see where they've gone down from in August. There was a total of 18 to where in January there was a total of 3 referrals in there. And then attendance, middle school up's pretty decent, high school's pretty low. That was all before the last week when we've had a lot of illness run through our school here the last week. So that's probably, I would gather that that's probably dropped a little bit since I posted it on here, just because one day I went in there in secondary, we were down to like 18 total kids at lunch. So part of it, we had a group gone too, but there was a lot out sick. So everything from allergies to flu to strep to whatever. So we've been working with staff and custodians to do extra cleanings, wipe downs, any surfaces that are being touched frequently. Don't trust once a day is enough. Go wipe them down multiple times a day. So.
Any questions?
No, it's nice to see the discipline referrals decreasing.
A lot. It is good.
And just so you kind of know the difference, the minor and majors, meaning referrals, are something that Ms. Barella had to deal with, or I. Classroom is something that the teacher handled within the classroom, but she documented and turned it in as a referral. So.
Okay.
And then it
Bad.
totals
November, there was nothing
So.
for Miss Barella or, yeah. Okay, any questions for Mr. Patterson? Okay, finances, financial transfers and reports.
Good evening, members of the board. It's good to be here tonight. We don't have any bars this month, but I anticipate several next month. So just so you're aware, since we did get our audit back, we'll true up those numbers when it comes in. So we'll be looking forward to that next month. And for this month, we have our disbursement listing, which is the checks and the PO listings. Are there any questions on the disbursement listing?
I mean, it may have been spoken. What is Delage Land and Financial Services?
That is where we rent our copiers and
okay.
printers from. Yes, trust us, it throws us off every time we get the bill from the lodge.
I don't have any questions, I don't think.
Okay, and then the next is the purchase orders that were written for the month. Not that many. January. And then the analytics for your operational and all the other funds that we maintain. Pretty much right where we should be for the middle of the year. Moving was talking to Jessica today about the end of the year. I can't believe we're even discussing it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be here before we know it, so we're just moving along. And then your expenditures by fund, by function, and by object. As Carlos mentioned, most of your expenditures are for direct instruction. So. And then just the cash balances. Working on getting everything. We're gonna start working towards the end of the year, getting everything going, working towards the end. It's funny how I just feel like we just got to
Started.
the beginning. Now here we are working towards the end, but that's it. And then I stand for any questions that you all might have for me.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, on to, I need a motion to get our bills paid.
I move the repair bills.
So moved in second, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Discussion items, looks like we need to discuss the school calendar.
So Miss Kathy Gorilla outdid herself this year. She worked very, very hard putting together 4 different calendars.
Wow.
And the reason why she did that is just trying to look at, and the staff hadn't seen these yet. That's why these are just discussion items right now. Trying to, this year, when we didn't have a Monday school, we made it up on Friday.
Mhm.
And our attendance isn't very good when we do that. So looking at some ways to where we don't have to bring students in on Fridays. And so there's 4 calendars there. We'll kind of just start at the top and tell you the things that are the similar and different on them. Teacher start date on calendars A and D. We start Thursday, July 30th, which is when we do the all staff with Region 9. And then the staff will come in on the Monday, on the 3rd and 4th, on option D, on the 5th and 6th. Now, the problem with option D, or not the problem, but the caveat to doing that is you don't get out of school until May 25th. So you come back after Memorial Day weekend. And so that's starting later creates that, which that may be what the staff wants. Like I told them, I'm here year round, so it's doesn't, I can't believe I did that in my hands, but doesn't, yeah, that doesn't really matter to me. It's really what's up to them. Thanksgiving's the same for everybody. Christmas, spring break, end dates, option A and C both end on the 20th, which is like we do this year. Options B and D both end May 25th. The Monday holidays, and I shouldn't have said Monday, it's just holidays. 3 of them have September 7th. November 3rd is an election day again that we have to do. November 3rd creates a need for us to go to school on Friday, and that's why one of these calendars tries to do away with that. All of them have the same early releases like we've done this year, and I think that's been beneficial to our staff when we've done that. Then you can see where the students attend school on Friday makeup. The first calendar has 2 Fridays you got to do. Second calendar has none. Third calendar has 1 Friday, and the fourth calendar has none that you have to do. Again, the 2 that you don't have any to do, you're in school till the 25th. The PT conferences are the same. Teacher in-services on Fridays are the same, and the total numbers of days and hours are the same, and it builds in at least 2, maybe 3 days, snow days in it. Plus, we still have the remote hours we can use. So those are the calendars we're looking at. Total, we probably want to narrow down to a couple of calendars or no more than 3 for voting. You get 4 out there voting with 20 staff members, you could get 5, 5, and 5. So, but we'd like to put it out to staff members and have at least down to 2, if not the one that the staff has selected to y'all for the next board meeting. So,
I work at Hondo, and I'm just trying to, I haven't looked at the calendar, like their calendar, but they never go to school on Fridays, ever. And I don't know why.
there's a couple schools that don't, And they say they have all this time built in. I don't know how, because even when we turn our calendars into the state, they are managing it down to the second right now. I mean, they really are. And so I don't know how they do that unless they're leaning a little bit more into the hours that teachers can bring to the table, which we're doing a pretty good job of that anyway.
Oh, I don't know.
That's towards the hours. I don't think they started the same day we did last year.
7th,
Did they?
the kids.
Yeah. Did they start the same?
That's my day. It's the first day.
Yeah, you'd know. So, I don't know. We've looked at that, and you know what kind of hurt us is when they said we couldn't. We had to knock those 5 minutes off of our
I
day,
know.
and that added several days to us. So, we're going to right now. We plan on participating with the Region 9 all staff again, because a lot of our staff liked it last year. They wanted to see a couple things different. So hopefully we'll see some things different. And then,
Are they doing it again?
huh?
Are they doing it? Are you guys doing it? Are they doing it again? Is Region 9 doing it again?
Yeah, they're doing it right now. It's scheduled for July 30th.
Oh, I haven't heard no talk about it.
So it's
I liked it though a lot. So
yes. The only thing our teachers were hoping to see, and I put that out there, is they still did everything like elementary all together. And all of us schools that have singlet first grade teachers, singlet second grade teachers, would have liked to see them group up at grade level so that they can have some interdisciplinary conversations with their
networking,
grade
yes,
level.
yes, with their
You know, they kind of got what they get with us anyway, because we have to team them up that way.
Right.
But as a whole, people liked it. They loved the guest speaker. We're working on 2 guest speakers right now. I can't remember either one of them's name off the top of my
Nice.
head right now. So, but you know, the right motivational speaker makes the rest of the day worthwhile
Yes, it does.
regardless.
Mhm.
So, and last year we had the right one. So hopefully we can pull that off again.
Right.
So,
Okay, any questions about the calendar?
You want our opinion now?
There's
if you got suggestions,
I like A.
Yeah.
I know it goes to, it puts them in school for what, 1, 2, 3 Fridays? But
2 Fridays, yeah.
I like the later start of August 5th. I think that's gonna be beneficial for that week. I almost said career fair.
the fair,
The fair.
the other fair.
I don't,
Well, it's the one that's most similar to what we did this year.
yeah.
I mean, it's either A or C for me, because I mean, nobody's gonna come back after the 3-day weekend.
No, and that's what I was looking at too.
Yeah, attendance won't be
Yeah.
probably that great on those
Yeah.
dates.
I
So,
mean,
Yeah, I agree with that. Either A or C, I think would be the 2 that I would look at more.
Okay, any other comments? Suggestions? Okay, let's go to B, proposed map for parent draft drop off pickup. Bus drop off pickup, parking during the transition
so
from phase 1 to phase 2.
So our in between phase 1 and phase 2 is going to be super messy. We're hoping only till September, but realistically probably through October. And that's where they have to abate these 2 buildings, deconstruct them, and then build our new parking lot, parent drop off and all that. So when we start the school year next year, we don't really have that in place.
Okay,
So I've been working with them for a while to come up with a plan that is safe, that our parents can understand, and we can get to it from school. And so what we've kind of come up with is what you see in front of you. I don't know what page y'all are on. Let's look at 95 first.
that's the picture.
Yeah, 95 is the one. So the red is where the new school will be built, and And so the dark green lines that go around Clegg and the near is where they'll fence off for construction to keep kids out. Okay. The road that's out here in front,
Where the basketball courts are?
well, actually right now where we're parked, where everybody's parked,
Okay,
right here out in
okay,
front.
okay.
To start the year, that will be our parent drop off. They will have that done with the circle drive by the time school starts. So pull in, circle drive, back out. That will be our parent drop off. And then they can walk into the front of the school there from there. If you go behind the school where the old wood shop used to be, behind the old gym,
Mhm.
there's room there to pull the buses straight in
Mhm.
to drop off. After the kids are in the building, our 2 bus drivers will turn the buses around to head out for after school. Those 2 are the easy ones. The ones that people aren't going to like is our staff parking will be the parking over by the football field, over by the current gym. That's where the most of our parking will be during this time. I plan on going and talking to it. Well, I figure it's better than the golf cart idea. Is that what you were talking
I
about?
was gonna say.
My other
golf cart,
suggestion
but
is
I
we
think
park
yours
at
is
the
enclosed,
courthouse.
right?
I go buy a golf cart. We get Mr. Barola to drive our
The
staff from
Can-Am.
the courthouse to work every morning.
You and
We got
Dwayne.
limited parking at the courthouse.
So,
No courthouse.
but what I do want to do is talk to the church. They've been phenomenal.
I was gonna say
letting
the Methodist
contractors work
church.
there. But we need somewhere where when parents come, they can park. And so I'm hopeful that we can get them to park there and have that walk there. That conversation still needs to happen. The faster we can get Clegg done, the shorter this takes. The problem is it does need quite a bit of abatement, and that's the part that slows us down. And we can't start on
Well,
it until we're out of it.
This just is what happens when people do construction. I mean, we're just gonna have to deal with it.
Our community's been phenomenal
You know?
through all of it. The goal is to get something pretty solidified. So in
not
July, we can
chaos.
start
Yes,
getting it out to the
yes.
parents.
I agree with
And
that.
For the first 4 months, we're probably gonna have to have more people on duty than normal, just because
To
of the
train 'em.
angles to watch things, which is fine. It is what it is. We'll do that. My big thing is I want to have a plan, and I didn't want us to be in crisis mode come July 29th
I
when we start
agree.
school in August, whatever. So, and so I kind of put it out there for y'all to look at, mull over. If you see something that you think could be better or different, please feel free. I was going to present it to PAC later in the year. Let's get through our March one. And I do need to hijack the March one for a little bit to talk school calendars so that we can have it on the March agenda. But hopefully we'll have this kind of finalized by May, and then hopefully things move faster than we want them to in June. And we're not doing this till October, but realistically, I'd rather plan till end of October and then
I
it's not
agree.
needed. So on this aspect,
What about student parking?
we're not gonna let students park. No.
No.
Currently, student parking are supposed to be parking behind the CTE building. They may be parking with our staff for right now, or even in the dirt road across the gym, because the lay down yard might change next year when the construction sites changes. So when they move over to working on the new gym, a lot of their lay down stuff can lay down there now. So, but
Okay. Any more questions?
not ideal, but hopefully
Well, it's not gonna be for a minute.
No,
But I
right?
think this is the best.
We just gotta deal with it until it's done.
Just gotta deal with it.
Mhm.
It'll be temporary.
Mhm.
And again, our parents and our community have been phenomenal through it all. When we've had little hiccups or bumps in the roads and inconveniences, so far they've been very.
I think the reward's gonna outweigh the inconvenience a little bit. Okay, on to action items. Discussion and approval of NMBSA Student Achievement Award selection.
So a name that was thrown out was George Verdugo. Was presented to me as a possible candidate. We can have more than one, anything more than one, the district furnishes, the other one, they do. That's why we kind of usually stay with one. It just kind of becomes more rewarding to the one. That name has actually come up to me by a couple people. Once one of y'all's fellow members threw it out there. So I know this. The other night at the gym, when I'm dealing with plumbing issues on a Friday night, he comes back up and helps. When he comes to Ms. Roper or I, he usually has a solution. He comes and tells us what the problem is, but he often has a solution, and he takes pride in what he does around here and what he does. So
We need to decide now.
yes, because I need to submit it to. So
I mean,
I like that
other
one.
suggestions or,
I'm open to other suggestions. Whatever pleases the board.
I mean, it's not really our, I
We have a
mean,
lot of people.
the
that
staff
deserve it.
know exactly.
Yeah, we have a
who
lot of
they
people
want.
that are deserving.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. If,
I move to approve George Vega for
Verdugo.
MSBA,
for George Verdugo.
George Verdugo, I'm sorry, MSBA Student Achievement Award selection.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Okay. Discussion and approval of purchase of 2 new school Suburbans from Tillery, purchase of $134,250.
Man, I thought this was gonna be our set with Rick's alarm for
The what?
the electric bus.
No electric.
Are you guys?
I move to approve the purchase of 2 new school Suburbans from Tillery in the amount of $134,250.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
No electric buses, huh?
No electric buses.
Okay.
I thought you guys networked enough over there, but I guess it didn't work.
Give
I'll-
another shot next year.
Yeah, better
Very
try.
good. Very good.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Discussion and approval of removal of furniture from inventory.
You have quite an extensive list online, removing the furniture. We're getting all new classroom furniture for students, teachers' desks. A lot of the stuff's going to be built in. And so we are to put it on the list now because we have a very limited time to get it disposed of when we move out and in, and we don't really have a place to store it. So I've talked to, Decker brought me a number from Gatson. Gatson just did this at their school, and once they got approval from everywhere they need approval, an auctioneer came in and went classroom to classroom and auctioned it off and put money back in the school's pocket. Superintendent up in northeastern New Mexico, also by the name of Cody. She's the one who's been about 3 months ahead of us in the project all along. That's what she's done. I talked to her while we were in Santa Fe. It's what she's going to do. Hers is coming up in a few weeks, and depending on the date, I might even drive up and go see how it works out. Depending on the date, she's been as stressed about getting the furniture out as I am on ours because we don't have anywhere to store it.
So where are you saying to take it to?
Y'all got to prove that we can take it off our books. Then it's
Okay.
got to go to the state auditor's office and they've got to approve it. And that's a 30-day process.
Okay,
Then when we're done with it, so if we move into the new school on May 25th, the goal is May 27th. We have an auctioneer here.
oh,
it
to have an
off, and most people
auction.
they have like 24 hours to come get it out of there. Otherwise, it goes away with demolition. I mean, and there's a lot of furniture that some places can use that can still be used, but we can't just, because of the anti-donation clause, we can't
Can't
just
just
give
give it away.
So
Okay, so that's what you want.
Well, that's what we're aiming for, yes.
And we'll remove it from our
But we need to
program.
get it removed off, we need to get permission to remove it from our books in May so that we can get rid of it.
So that's what you're asking for right now
Yes.
from us.
Yes.
We can't donate it to nobody? Like,
Anti-donation clause. Another school, if another school needs it, they can come, correct me if I'm wrong, like another school that's part of the PD, because state funds were used to purchase it. So, huh?
They can purchase it with them,
So.
but we can't give it to them.
no,
We can't give it to them.
Right.
That's wild. I move to approve the removal of furniture from inventory.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Discussion and approval of co-op agreement with Hondo Valley School for football.
So a little discussion.
It says
To
approval.
see how the games went today. Last Saturday when we played on our fans, both sides were very interesting. So I still am a little bit nervous about that. Talking to their superintendent, actually talking to some of their high school players that would be playing with us. There is the realization without the co-op, neither school probably has enough numbers to play football next year. Starting a season with under 12 students for the last 2 years has made it a week-to-week decision if we could even play. That's neither fair to our staff, our students, nor is it fair to the teams we play, never knowing if we're going to have a game or not. We need to get this, we still got some details we need to work out. But we need to get the motion started if it's something that we want to do to have football. I think the two groups of kids, of athletes, if they can coexist, which talking to the Hondo kids even before and after the game the other day, they're like, if it means we can play football, they're on it. And that's kind of what I talked to them about and some of our kids about. It's like, I know you guys like to lock horns, but for 10 weeks, can't you lock horns together against everybody else? And just think how ferocious we'd be, everybody together. Their superintendent's on board. Their board was hoping to see it last night, but since we're inviting them to join us, we've got to approve it first. So I think their board's on. The types of details we need to work out. One of them that the conversation is, and I don't disagree with it, is we open the head coaching position, have staff from both schools on
That's a good idea.
hiring the position.
That's a good
They,
idea.
if we're the host district, they will have to ultimately answer to one superintendent, but I think Dr. Serrano and I can work well on that. Working out a few details that a kink might have got thrown in it yesterday at Capitan, but being able to practice at Capitan some, so both schools
Good
are
meeting.
driving and commuting and not so far for either school, which realistically, we could do that twice a week in the baseball outfield. We don't necessarily need Capitan's football field to do what we need to do to come together as a team. So there's still some details like that to work out, but it's also a process that's got to go through us, then them in March, then to NMA's got to approve. The kicker is once it's approved, it is a 2-year agreement, and so we're locked in 2 years, better or for worse, as the pastor would say. So
This is going with junior high as well?
So that's the plan. I was told yesterday that junior high can do co-op, but I think football can be a little bit different because oftentimes the junior high game is right before the varsity game.
Right.
So that is still
To
part of the
look into
conversation
it.
because that's what they want to do too. They actually have junior high numbers. Next
They
year
do,
will be the year we don't really have junior high numbers, but the year after we will.
right.
So.
And this year they didn't have any
So,
football
yeah.
team, but they had a junior high team, yeah.
So, and it could turn into where we like it and we do it for 4 years. I mean, until both schools get solid in numbers again, and who knows? We may bring a state championship back for the Grizzlies and Eagles to share. So,
Have we talked to our students about it?
talked to some, not all yet. No,
Not all the football
no,
players?
because we've been doing basketball. To be honest with you. The only reason why the conversation happened with Hondo is they were standing out on our football field before the game, and I walked out to see what they were doing.
They're dreaming
And they
about
were
it.
actually admiring the football field and hoping that they get one in their new build as well, because they're hoping to start construction in the next couple of years.
How many players that are seniors that we're losing?
Seniors that we're
Football.
losing this year
For
is,
football.
Two?
two.
Two of them?
Or is it three?
Yeah, there was three, yeah.
Okay.
Well, then how many eighth graders are coming out, or?
How many eighth graders we got coming up? If they all play, three.
So we're still in the same boat.
Yeah.
No, we don't, we
It's
don't
not-
have the numbers.
No, I
and
wasn't
with
even
the numbers,
asking the
yeah,
number. I
yeah.
was
Yeah,
just.
no, we got three. They got one seventh grader, there'll be an eighth grader next year that'll probably play. One sixth grader going to seventh grader, maybe one, but I'm thinking probably zero. And then our fifth graders, they're gonna be sixth graders in a couple of years. We probably got a handful. That's a pretty decent sized class. That's got 14 kids in it, and then the grade below it's got 18 kids in it. So
Oh, okay.
our fourth and fifth grade, when they're both seventh and eighth grade, we should have our numbers
So we
back to where.
don't even have any junior high numbers for football.
So
Right.
we don't have any numbers for a while.
For a few more years.
So,
I'm all for it. I mean, we do need a team out in the field. And
Did they agree to middle school also? Was
You have
that
to
in-
check with the
well,
court.
we were having a conversation about middle school too, and so.
Okay.
You know, it would make sense if we could do that, because it would allow our current seventh grader to get on the field and be playing. You know, and you don't build a program without middle school kids getting some playing. You just don't. And so that would be my goal. I think the agreement, the co-op's pretty much for varsity, because that's can affect alignment, can affect districting, can affect what class you are. Hondo and us, we're still half the size of most of the schools in our district, even when we co-op. So, I mean, there's schools in our district that have more kids in their high school than we do our whole school, and they're still six-man football.
It's wild.
I think this is our only option, so I'm all for it.
So this is just to open up a discussion. It's not an, it's,
This is to approve the letter that was in y'all's packet.
Right here. It's on page 106.
So then my question is, if middle school is an option, would this letter need to be amended to say that?
I don't know that it'll matter to NMAA. If it does, I'll bring another letter from middle school in the March meeting.
Should we just put the motion as, with the
I
understanding
would
of
leave the
adding?
motion just as this, so.
Okay.
Until we get confirmation.
okay.
Move to approve the co-op agreement with Hondo Valley Schools for football.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we are going to move into executive session at 7:03. I need a motion, roll call vote. Motion, right? I need a motion to go into executive session.
I move we go into executive session.
Second.
Okay, this does call for a roll call vote. Mr. Barella?
Yes.
Mr. Mora?
Yes.
Mr. Serna?
Yes.
And yes for me. It is 7:03.
I'm leaving these here because we've got to sign these before y'all leave today.
So
They're between the two